Hey, Rainmakers. So I am reading Judges chapter 15, and it's a story that I hadn't read before, but it's speaking to me for so many things. Um, it's a story of Samson's vengeance and the result of his vengeance and how things kind of got out of hand. Welcome to In the Rain. I am your host. My name is Rain. And I am going to be talking to you guys today about vengeance and sometimes how God can still get us out and use our foolishness and our poor choices for his glory. So in Samson 15, I'm just going to sum it up. I'm going to sum it up. In Samson 15, Samson was going to go back and be with his wife. And the father-in-law said, I didn't think you wanted her. I didn't think you liked her. So I gave her to your best man. But instead, here's her younger sister. She's prettier. You can be with her. Samson was upset. Like he was like, why would you do that? Like that was wrong of you. Samson was upset, right? And so as a result of him being upset, in chapter no, in 15 and 3, he was really upset. And his response in 15 and 3 is he took foxes. He found 300 foxes and tied their tails together and sent them to burn up the Philistines' harvest. All their fields with their harvest and their grain. He burned them up, burned them down to the ground. So he was so upset that the father-in-law gave his wife to be married to the best man that his retaliation or his vengeance was, I'm going to burn y'all fields up. So now the Philistines are hot. I'm talking about hot because, in that time, the field was the harvest. It's their crops. It's their income. So he had essentially destroyed some of or all of their income. It doesn't say whether it was all of their fields, but he destroyed a lot of their fields. So in turn, the Philistines are upset. They are hot. And Samson, okay, so now the Philistines are mad. And in retaliation to what Samson did, the Philistines came back and said, all right, I'm coming for your people. That's basically what happened. So the wife and the man, so Samson's wife and I think father, let me see. So the Philistines went and got the woman and her father and burned them to death. You see how one action turns into another action, turns into another action. So he was upset that the father gave the wife away to be married. And in turn, he burned their fields up. And then the Philistines, in turn, killed the father who gave the wife away as well as the wife. It gets deeper, right? It gets deeper. Just wait. So then Samson says, because you did this, so now that you came for his people, now he wants to retaliate again. So nobody's using their level head. Nobody has their thinking cap on. Everybody is just responding out of their anger and out of their emotions. So now, because you did this, Samson vowed, I won't rest until I take revenge. So he attacked the Philistines and killed them with great fury. Now, what you think the Philistines did? You know they retaliated. They did. But after Samson went and killed the Philistines, he went and hid in a cave because he knew he was wrong and he was trying to hide out like people do after they commit a crime these days. They go to their mama house as if somebody's not going to come find them at their mama house. But anyway, Samson went to go hide in the cave. And the people of Lehi ratted him out when the Philistines came to look for him. They said, hey, he's in a cave. We can bring him to you. Long story short, the people from Lehi, from the village of Lehi, went to go to the cave where Samson was to get him out. And Samson said, are you going to kill me? And they said, no, we're just going to turn you over to them. So Samson agreed, allowed them to tie his hands up. But Mind you, there were 3,000 Philistine soldiers waiting to fight one man. Now, you talk about trying to be, I'm sorry, y'all. You talk about trying to be in an unfair fight. 3,000 to 1. Okay. So as I'm reading further along, because I'm really invested in this story. I had to read it twice because I was like, wow. So, it says, so 3,000 men of Judah went down to get Samson at the cave, at the rock of Edom. Now 3,000. Now let's just stay with me now. Stay with me now. As they approached Samson, it says the Spirit of God, the power. Let me just read it. It says, as Samson arrived at Lehi, the Philistines came shouting in triumph, but the Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon Samson, and he snapped the ropes on his arms as if they were strands of flax, and they fell from his wrists. Then he found a jawbone from a recently killed donkey. He picked it up and he killed 1,000 Philistines. The power of the Lord came upon him in an unfair fight. 3,000 to 1. And the Lord made him use what he had in his hand and the power of the Lord and the wisdom and strategy of the Lord to defeat his enemies. What a powerful God. And then he goes on to be the judge for 20 years. So I said that to say, sometimes we make like irrational decisions. Like I read this and I was like, wow, this is a lot of retaliation happening. But this happens right now in 2025. So one person will do something, another person will retaliate and respond. But then how does it end? Who ends it? Who takes the time to end it? Who decides, I've had enough. This is enough. Or does it just go on and on and on? So Samson was apparently favored of the Most High God, because when he went into battle, even though Samson started it, he started it, and it escalated because he kept responding and retaliating, but he wasn't backing down. Some of us are like that. We don't back down. But in the end, even though he started it, the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord, and the strength and the wisdom and the strategy that the Lord had given him in the moment with the tools that was in his hand or that was within his reach, helped him to defeat the enemy. Use the tools that you have. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, right? So what is the Lord giving you in this moment to use to defeat your enemies? What strategy has the enemy given you in the moment to defeat poverty? What ideas has the Lord given you in the moment to win and be victorious in whatever battle it is that you're facing? The Lord gave him a jawbone from a dead donkey to defeat 1,000 soldiers. If he watches over every sparrow, how much more does he love us? How much more will he prepare us for battle and cause us to win and be victorious when we come upon or against 1,000 to our one? If God be for us, who can be against us? We actually have the undisputed champion fighting on our behalf. So miracles like this seem to other people may seem unreal, but to us, because we know who God is, we know his miracle working power, we know how strong he is and how victorious he causes us to be. Fighting 1,000 people to one is nothing when you have the Spirit of the Lord with you, guiding you, and the favor of God on you. This story was so good because Samson started it, but God finished it on Samson's behalf. I hope you guys enjoyed the content today. Please like and share and subscribe, and please leave me positive feedback. If you want me to speak about any specific content, email me lifeintherain@gmail.com. You guys have a wonderful day.